Okay, this is me in Vegas, and I'm going to tell you how to make banana bread. Okay, and here we go.
Okay, we need to start with some simple ingredients. We need a stick of butter. It needs to be melted. I'm going to bring it over to the microwave. This is a Trivection oven. It has a microwave and an oven in it. We're going to melt the stick of butter. We're going to take 3 ripe bananas and mash them. We'll be using 1.5 cups of flour. We'll be using 1 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to add the secret ingredient, vanilla. And the extra secret ingredient, lots of chocolate chips.
And lots of chocolate chips.
To make it a really delightful banana bread. So first, my trusty assistant will help me open the bananas and mash them. Just kidding.
Okay. Peace out.
Okay, open up the next one. And we'll use a potato masher. That seems to work well. We'll mash it up really well. See? Bottom of it. Add the next one, please, sir. Mash away. You can use riper bananas. In fact, it's a great recipe to use when your bananas are turning brown and you think nobody would want to eat them and you throw them away.
Instead of throwing them away, you just simply make this banana bread. Okay.
Okay, mash it up a little bit more. We're going to beat 1 egg.
1 egg, YouTube. One egg. Remember, just one.
Just 1. Well beaten.
Smells good.
And we're going to mix all the wet ingredients together. And today the wet ingredients are going to be the mashed banana, the melted butter, and the egg, and the secret ingredient,
vanilla. Think to know, it's very secret.
Okay, in goes the egg. Let's get our little whisk. Mix it all together. Mashed banana. In goes the melted butter. It's a lot of butter.
Vanilla. It smells good, tastes bad. Except for when you cook with it.
Okay, and you're going to put a drop of vanilla in.
A drop. Not a teaspoon, a drop.
A couple
drops.
A
few drops.
We like it. Okay.
It
and
tastes
next,
good when it's
we're
baked.
going to get together our dry ingredients, and we're going to mix those together. So we're going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to get another bowl out.
One more bowl.
I'm going to get 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour.
1.5 cups. Flour.
The nice thing about this recipe is that, you know, you have to be close, but it's not like a perfect cake or anything like that. If you're off by a little, Nani says it still works. That's what she said.
Well, yeah. Nani.
So for those of us that like to cook and not bake, this is a recipe for us. Okay, so I have my...
So we have to bake it.
We do have to bake it.
I'm sorry, but we do have to bake it.
Okay, that's my flour. That was 1.5 cups. And now I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. So I'm going to slide this up.
Can I put it in?
You know what? Here, this we're going to pour.
Can I pour it?
Carefully. Help me. Oops, hold on. Okay.
Pouring.
Oops, hold on. Our sugar's getting stuck together here. Would you, can we let go, please? Can you hold this steady for me? I think we wind up off screen here. Hold it on the counter all the way, please, so the sugar doesn't wind up on the floor. Push it in. Thank you. Okay.
And if you have one, this is a good measuring tool.
Okay. I'm going to add this. I'm going to need a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda.
You can get salt at ShopRite. Don't forget the baking soda.
And the baking soda is really important. It's the agent that helps it to rise. I'm going to get a different thing of baking soda. This is a little solid. What's that underneath, Kev? What's Dad's phone?
Let's pause this video while we go into commercial break. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Vanilla. Now we're back to the show.
Okay, that was a teaspoon of baking soda.
From Arm & Hammer.
Teaspoon of salt. The recipe says to sift it together. You do that so that the ingredients get all mixed up. But I'm just going to stir it up really well. Like I said, I'm not a baker. A true baker would sift this together. But as long as we get it nice and stirred so that the baking soda is mixed throughout all of the flour, we know that it's going to be okay. That baking soda is going to do its job. So, Kevin, if you wouldn't mind clearing away the clutter here so that our viewers can see what we're doing. Nope, thanks. Now, we're going to take our wet ingredients, the mashed banana, the eggs, and the melted butter. We're going to mix in the dry ingredients, a little at a time.
So that's what the dry ingredients should look like.
It's probably Uncle Pat. Can you answer it? Getting a little clumped up in my whisk, so I'm going to move to a spoon now to blend so that we get an even distribution and we get all of the flour wet. This is my other assistant. So we're going to mix it all together. Next part's fun. Many people like nuts. You can add nuts if you like it. But I have a family of boys that don't necessarily like to have walnuts in their banana bread, so we're going to add chocolate chips. You can see that the batter is pretty thick. Now we're going to add a generous helping
of chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips sort of make it.
And gotta taste it to make sure it's good. So what do you think, boys? Do you think that's enough chocolate chips, or do you think we need a few more?
More.
Okay. Can't hurt.
It can, calorie-wise, but...
Yeah, this thing has a stick of butter in it. I don't think a few extra chocolate chips is going to make a difference. Okay. And that's it. Now we're going to pour it into a loaf pan. And we're going to bake it for 55 minutes to an hour. And when we're done, we'll let it cool. And we'll see you then.
How long cooling for?
Cut.